Alright, well, this is gonna be my Call of Duty tier list. My opinions, obviously. I'm by myself this time. Um, so if you could probably tell, this is gonna be recorded into different video. There's gonna be different videos mashed together, and that's just because for whatever fucking reason, my throat just doesn't like me rambling about COD for like an hour plus straight. Um, so yeah, the title implies this is campaign only. So mobile, Black Ops 4, and Warzone obviously don't have a campaign, so they are not going to be included. Also not going to be included Vanguard, World War II, and the original Call of Duty. I'm not able to find the original Call of Duty anywhere. And World War II and Vanguard, for whatever reason on the Microsoft Store, are still like 70 or around 70 fucking dollars. Um, and I'm not paying that for the fucking campaign, especially Vanguard, because what I've heard it's just not worth it. So, um, yeah. So COD 2 and 3, put them together. Um, I'll put them both in okay. I mean, their stories, from what I remember playing them on the 360, was you pick a faction and you play missions that go throughout World War II. That's fun. There's no real story aside from World War II. Um, so, yeah, they're gonna be there. Um, Modern Warfare 1, COD 4, however you want to say it, playing in good. They did pretty good job for their first Modern Warfare game, since their first three games were World War II only. Um, um, so my only problems is that the campaign's basically split between the SAS and Marine Corps USMC missions. Um, SAS, you're doing all this hush hush spook shit. Some of these missions, I will say, are boring. I mean, that's just my me. And then the Marine missions, some of them are really cool. The one where you go in with where you're like the gunner in the Chinook, the Mark 19. That one was fun. Um, the nuke scene was fucking absurd. I mean, you don't really see that in any other game. Um, where you're, fucking, blowing out the fucking sky. Um, by a nuke. Um, but there's some of them, especially at the beginning. Um, like the beginning Marine missions are just unrelenting CQC, which doesn't help that the flinch from getting shot is fucking absurd in that game. Um, like you just if you don't immediately dive into cover, you're fucked. You're gonna be aiming in the sky. So, um, there's that. It has my favorite ending of almost all COD games. Um, mainly, like, I don't know. It's just something I just like it. Um, you have your little last stand on the bridge. Somehow survive an oil tanker exploding right behind your back, and all your squads getting executed and shit. and the loyalists come in, distract him, and shoots the guy up in the back of the head or ass or wherever you want to shoot him. Pretty fucking cool. Um, I like that. And just a little nitpick in the FNG mission, you can see SAS using like Russian Urals, Russian military utility trucks, and American Abrams Humvees. I mean, it's just a nitpick. Obviously, they were limited to what they had back then. Back in like 2007. So obviously, they're limited on what they can use. But just thought it was kind of funny. Alright, up next for this shit. World at War. I put in between high. Well, actually, yeah, I put in best. Um, it. Well, when you think of a World War II game, honestly, that's like the first game that comes to mind, at least for me. It. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Okay. How can I? So like all these like older World War II games and stuff like I can't remember. Um, I don't think I've known of a World War II game. Yeah, I'm just trying to find my word. I don't know of a World War II game that actually is shown like some type of uh, brutality of fucking World War II. Like it's not just fucking sunshine and rainbows and killing Nazis. It's a bunch of fucking. I'm sure YouTube short Call of Duty users or whatever have shown every fucking speck of detail about how fucked this game is. Um, yeah, it's a dark game. It's fucking war. World War II, too, One of the worst wars of modern history that we've had. Um, and it depicts it really good. I think one of the best things that goes along with it is its soundtrack. It's like I think it helps like when like those hard hitting moments like like you have the choice to kill unarmed combatants that are surrendering to you or unable to hurt you or anything. This is mainly Russia when you're playing as the Russians, but I mean, it has like that soundtrack. I mean, just the opening in Stalingrad, showing all the fucking Germans shooting up your um, teammates or your own comrades and shit. Um, like it gives you like options to do fucked up shit. Um, it's crazy. um, it's hard to fuck. I don't know why. It's just hard to fucking put it together. Um, it was also cool because it was the first like Call of Duty introduced like vehicular combat, like in the form of crewing a tank and shit, going through and blowing up all the other German cats and shit. That was pretty cool. Um, but what was not very cool was the fucking grenade spam. No matter on what difficulty you play on, it's like the moment you get into combat, at least like 5 or 6 fucking grenades are already at your feet. Like it's absurd. Um, but it's just stupid. Um, but I mean, I like it. I mean, like some of my favorite missions and shit, like where you're storming the beach. I forget what the fucking mission was. I can't remember. But you go on with a flamethrower and shit. You can go through and burn out the Japanese bunkers. Or the one mission where you play as the like a crew member in the Black Cats, the Catalina planes and shit, blowing up Japanese ships and stuff. That was pretty fucking cool. Or when you get to storm the Reichstag, or however you fucking say it, I'm not German. That was fucking cool. Um, shit. So I mean, I really do like the game. Um, yeah. Next, Modern Warfare 2, my favorite. My first ever COD, funny enough, and just my favorite. Um, my opinion's the best story. Um, it it turns into a hunt, or it goes from a hunt to catch this, crazy terrorist dude, which is definitely something SAS or um, what the fuck are they called? TF-141. Um, Task Force 141. Um, which, if you know, Task Force 141 is made up of form or SOCOM and American SOCOM, like Navy SEALs and Delta Force, Ranger, shit like that, and British SAS, top tier fucking special forces dudes. That's definitely something they'd be going after. Um, and of course, the CIA got some random range dude to go out and, spy on Makarov. And that entire plot twist where he knew you were American turned into fucking World War III. And, and the rest of the Ranger missions, you are trying to fight to keep America alive. you know? Um, um, like, including it's like ties to Red Dawn and shit when like the first mission where you're trying to fight the Russians in Virginia, being named Wolverines, which I like. That's one of my favorite movies. Um, just trying to struggle to fight the Russian invasion. I mean, that's pretty cool. Definitely not, definitely not realistic, but it's still fun. Going through like neighborhoods and shit, trying to take back each street from the Russians and stuff. Um, until eventually you're fighting in the Capitol, DC itself, like trying to liberate the White House and um, all those important buildings. You have to cover evacuations and the fucking one. I forgot what it's called. The monument or whatever. Was it the Washington Monument? I think it was. Um, but shit like that. That's pretty fucking cool. Um, and then 141 going through, trying to get leads and shit, and then trying to go after Makarov. Um, of course, Shepard. Um, and his little shadow company betraying shit. I mean, then you go on Seek Revenge. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. I like that. I had fun playing SAS or 141 missions, unlike the original Modern Warfare. Um, and of course, there's some of my own like dislikes, mainly being like the favela mission. Fuck that mission. I fucking hate that. It's like the equivalent of the mission Cortana in Halo 3. Like the rest of the fucking campaign is just golden, and then you touch Favela, and then you want to fucking end it. Um, um, so and then like a little thing in it which I like is the radio chatter. I know there's this dude who does like videos that have like the radio chatter. Like that's fucking cool. Cause like I don't know, you can be like there's an absolute fucking war, and you stop into like a quiet area and sit next to the radio, and you can hear shit going off. That's pretty fucking cool. Um, yeah, I mean, a little bit makes it a little bit more realistic, I guess. I don't remember any radio chatter unless it involved you in any other COD game. That one's like, even if you don't have your radio going, and someone's not telling you to do shit, you still you can hear radio from other people or from like a comm center and shit, and it's like, yeah, there's still shit going off in the background. There's still important things happening while you're not doing anything. That's pretty cool. Um, and the soundtrack is fucking golden. Hans Zimmer. Fucking, that was like the best fucking choice they could have made. Um, I mean, he's the same dude who did Pirates of the Caribbean soundtracks and so many other video games and shit. And he did it good. I mean, like even one of his music tracks are in the fucking my Chernobyl Clan's ad. Um, I mean, his soundtrack was fucking good, and each time it's used in the campaign, it's just fucking perfect. Like the gameplay footage be having up um where I'm like going through the White House and shit, trying to get up to a rooftop to keep the fucking Air Force from bombing the shit out of us, you know. Um, and having that shit blasting in the background is fucking like it like pumps you up, I guess. It's fucking cool. Um, and just well, the museum was kind of cool. You can test all the weapons in the game. You can, you can fight whoever. You can go up to Shepard and just fucking mag dump his body with like an M240 or whatever. You know, do whatever the fuck you want. That's pretty cool. Um, so yeah. Also the Modern Warfare or COD 4 remaster and Modern Warfare 2 remaster. I'm just putting them in the same. They're the exact same fucking game. They just make them look better. Black Ops 1. I'll also be putting that one in the best tier. Um, like my whole thing, I have like a whole interest in history and shit like that. If you got to know me, you'd know that. Um, and a game on the Cold War during the Cold War, including shit like Vietnam, um, and what's it called? Vietnam, uh, the MK Ultra shit, um, what the fuck? What the fuck was it? The mission where you could play Black in the Blackbird, the SR-71. Fucking cool. Like my favorite plane. You get to play in it. That's fucking awesome. Um, including shit like, man, there's even a mission where you shoot down a Russian satellite, or trying to, when they're trying to shoot a rocket up with a satellite in it. That's pretty fucking cool. I like that. No, just kidding. It has its ties in with World at War, which is fucking cool. Um, and just just like Mason was this dude that got fucked up with all this brain control shit, and him slowly losing his mind, like progressively losing his mind throughout the game is fucking crazy. Him thinking he's that Reznov survived, and you find out he's just playing pretend Reznov was fucking. That shit's crazy. Playing as a mentally unstable dude. Um, in which I mean his fucking. And it just doesn't go away after that game because even Black Ops 2, it shows him having that fucked up um, brain. Um, which is pretty cool to see. I'll get. Oh, just real quick for Black Ops 2. The Afghan mission where you fight with the Mujahideen and you find Kravchenko. Like, when you're interrogating him, you see all the fucking numbers start coming out and you trying to resist not to shoot him in the face. That's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, there's the Black Ops stuff are in Vietnam. Like, and it's pretty cool. I mean, when I first played that game, I had difficulty on the Tet offensive. Um, but I mean, it was pretty cool holding off against waves of VC and shit. That was pretty fun. Um, of course, the Russian Spetsnaz dude fucking with you, Woods, and that one dude. I can't believe I forgot his name. Um, but yeah, you can get revenge. You go into a fucking hind and start blowing the shit out of um the VC. I'm trying to remember. And then I think that's the first game that has you and like piloting a helicopter and going through and blowing shit up like I just said, the Hind, or the last mission where you fly in with the Huey and blow that ship the fuck up. Fucking cool. Um, and then the twist at the end, or it's kind of like not mentioning, but like kind of like I can't with the words right now. I don't know why. Or it kind of like hints, or um makes you believe Mason's the one who assassinated Kennedy at the last cutscene. That's fucking like, I saw that, I was like, oh shit. Once he saw his face in the crowd, like, you just know it's fucked because of like what um I yeah, when you're choking out the one dude and you're saying like who made like try to kill your own president, um and shit, like hinting that he made Mason kill the president. That was pretty cool. Um like, and then kind of showing you that he was pictured with the president while he got off the plane in Dallas. Like, oh, that's, you know, like, oh shit. I don't know what else. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, really good game. Up next for the thing, Modern Warfare 3. Mid for me. Mainly, I know it's wow, throwing around a lot, but it's Modern Warfare 2, this the second part, the DLC. Um, kind of like how it is later on. Um, I mean, it's it's cool. Like you get to fight in like Paris and um, like Germany and shit. Um, you get to fight on a plane when you like Makarov's men comes and invades it and shit, and you have to save the Russian president and all that. Or you're I'm pretty sure it's Delta Force, and you go in to capture a Russian sub and use its own missiles on its own fleet. That was pretty cool. Um, and the ending's pretty satisfying, hanging Makarov. But honestly, I don't know. It just feels like it's just the. I know it's obviously going to be the continuation of Modern Warfare 2, but I don't know. At least something. I don't know. Black Ops 2. That one is definitely the best. So, yeah, now that one. I don't even know what to include or what to start with. Um, with the basics, there's some parts in the story where you have to make a choice, and obviously it leads to different endings. Pretty cool. I mean, like adds replayability to the campaign and shit, including the ability to like, choose your loadouts for that mission and even play bonus missions. Um, like you have to within like a couple missions, you have to go into some random country and help them with the mercenary attack, and if you don't, then they join them. Um, which is pretty cool. And also, like the Cold War thing I was talking about with Black Ops One, it has there's still parts that cuts back and forth, like um, Suffer With Me. As during the Operation Just Cause, the invasion of Panama. That's pretty cool. Um, or you get to fight with the Mujahideen. Um, stuff like that. Yeah, more Cold War events. Later Cold War, but still. Um, cool. And it's supposedly in 2024 or 2025 we're going to get Cold War or a Desert Storm Black Ops. Interesting. But anyways, soundtrack also um, helps with the stuff. Uh, what do you say? What do you call it? It helps with actually like solidifying. I don't know, like a feeling. Like it feels good going in and having like this badass like fucking techno riffing and shit. Um, that's always cool. Um, one of the and Halo dropping in the last mission. That one was pretty cool too. You're just trying to fly by and not get blown out the fucking sky. Um, and I mean, the man of the hour, Menendez. I honestly, out of all the COD villains, I see him being like more close to reality. Of course, I don't know, something like Makarov. I can, that's believable. But in my opinion, I can see a Raul Menendez in real life, and the fact that it's not like he just suddenly has a following. Like he like does these speeches and shit. I used to saw in the campaign on YouTube and social media and shit to spread his influence. That's pretty fucking realistic and good. Um, um, and I mean nowadays the anti-West sentiment is pretty popular. So adds realism. um, so yeah, really good game. I like it, and of course, well, multiplayer and zombies doesn't really, you know, count, but those also are pretty good. And then the what people call the downfall of COD, COD Ghosts. I put it in high mid tier. Um, everyone, like, the whole problem with the game was, I feel like the whole problem with the game was, like, multiplayer type stuff. The campaign wasn't that bad, for, like, in my opinion. Um, it is kind of goofy. Like, how the hell did South America completely unite and become a bigger superpower than, like, the United States? That's, you know, that's kind of goofy. Um, and for some reason, they're sometimes labeled as PMCs, private military contractors. Those aren't that no, not PMCs. Those are actual military. Um, the premise is kind of, the whole super weapon thing. I mean, from what I've seen, is scientifically factual. Um, a giant metal tungsten rod flying into the atmosphere, into Earth from outer space is gonna do a lot of damage, which I actually kind of like. Those completely plausible in real life. Just need the funding, and shit, they're not against any weapon treaties with space, so kinetic weapons. I don't know, but um, the whole K9 thing with Riley and shit, with the promoting and stuff, it's funny. The one mission you do actually go around and play as him a lot. I think it's cool. I think it was kind of funny that one point at when he smashes the window and lets Riley into the room, and all the fucking dudes come running out, like, freaking out. Um, yeah. Um, I think some of the missions are also pretty cool. Like when you go to assault or go through a skyscraper and um have all that combat where you're going through the window and shit, which some game use as well. And then also I think one of my favorite missions is going into the snow base. That one was pretty fun. Um, um, I also introduced space combat, which all right. Um, but, it's new. That's cool. And the last time you saw something space wise in a Call of Duty mission was watching the nuke go off in Modern Warfare 2. Um, and there you go. One of the last was, I think it was second to last mission. You was it second to last or was it third to last? It was one of the last missions where you drop out of a plane with in a tank, and you go around and do tank combat. That was pretty cool. And then one mission where you're underwater trying to force the sub up and shit. Um, of course, sharks were kind of annoying, but yeah. And then of course a cliffhanger at the very end. Um, which kind of um, it's never gonna. It's not. it's not going to be resolved. Um, no more COD 2 or COD 2. I was looking at that. No Ghost 2. So I mean, that sucks. Um, so yeah, mid tier for me, or high mid tier. Um, Advanced Warfare. Um, High, not so okay. Low, mid. Something somewhere in the middle of that. Um, so I mean, the whole thing. Uh, Dude, leader of this really big private military um group tries to take over the world because they're not responsible and they're at fault for his son's death. Which I mean, obviously, the whole thing is your kids are supposed to outlive you, and when it's not the case, obviously that's gonna fuck someone up. But I don't know. I mean, I hope I never get to experience that. But if I did, I highly doubt I'd do something like that. Like if I was in charge of like a multi-billion-dollar corporation, like I don't know. Obviously, grief only brings you to weird places. Um, like, uh, um, so the whole PMC's trying to take over the world was really goofy, a little silly for me. Um, I, I don't know. Is it plausible? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, even in the beginning with North Korea, it's like with the 20, was it 2011 or 2012 remake of Red Dawn, or like it's the North Koreans invading South Korea, or well, no, it was invade. Well, South Korea, the United States. It's like how the fuck can like one of the poorest, most shithole countries, like not in the world, but I mean northern hemisphere, can somehow invade with like the highest equipment and shit. Like that requires a major fucking restructuring of them. And not even that. It takes so much just to prop them back up to at least some standard, and they're like completely good and invade Seoul, and then the South Koreans need U.S. support. Weird. Um, Very weird. Um, and then the turning point where you go from fighting as the Atlas Corporation, the PMCs, where you're fighting against like Ted Kaczynski's underlings, eco terrorists, and then in just like a single like plot twist, he just goes and invades the whole fucking world, like trying to take over like the fucking basically the world. It. I mean, I think I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but that's kind of funny. Um, but on the plus sides, I like that Antarctica mission. It's very cool. Um, following your way down into a glacier and shit, trying to get back out. That was pretty fun. And then Gideon and coding on on Atlas, and then joining you. Um, and then the last mission, that one is really cool. Where you just fly in and these not exosuits, but like mechs, kinda, and like some shit you'd see from Avatar, and you just fly right in and blow up the missile manually with the fucking sheer firepower of the minigun and rockets on it. Um, um, there's that. I do like how if you there's is some sort of replayability with the campaign, as in uh you can go back and because you can upgrade your exosuit and get like more grenades, or you flinch less when shot, less recoil, stuff like that. Um, and you get them doing like certain challenges, like there's only like 3 challenges for each mission, but it's like gain amount of kills, gain amount of headshots and intel. Like that's pretty cool. Like it adds replayability to it. I mean, it's not for long, but it's something. But I don't know, just the whole premise of like the story. I have to just put it in here. The little stuff from time to time doesn't boost it up. Alright, up next for the tier list is Black Ops 3, which is just a dog water, actually. So, the campaign, I think this is one of the like most universally hated COD campaigns. Um, a boring campaign. I was like falling asleep playing that. The only thing that like got me attentive again was the last mission, because that was like a whole ass fucking LSD trip. Like, what the fuck? I I don't know. I that gameplay is not really that fun for the campaign. Like, multiplayer was good, but just the campaign, the gameplay didn't go well with it. Um, I mean, the only good that there was for me was, or in my opinion, was that there's like collectibles you can get. That's cool. Like you can get a little crystal or a little beret. And then you can customize your own weapons and stuff for it, and your own outfits from completing missions and shit. Like that's cool, I guess. But the campaign just doesn't. It just doesn't hold up. So I'm not a big fan of that one. God, Infinite Warfare. It was mid for me. It was pretty cool having the bonus missions, kind of like not really like COD. Oh, somewhat like Black Ops 2, but like you can go out and kill VIPs or assaulting ships, like you're going and invading SDF ships and having space fights and shit, and the little fighters. Um, I mean that's cool. Um, for being, for being space themed, it sure is. You know, like staying in our solar system, and it'd be cool to have. A little bit more expanded, a little bit out of the solar system. Um, I don't know. It mid. It's alright. I mean, it was also kind of fun to find like those random power weapons, like the one that just disintegrates people. But I mean, yeah. Well, that's a lot of them actually, but anyways. And up next, easily, well, it's tied with Modern Warfare 2 with being my favorite game of the franchise. Yeah, just around there. Um, I don't even know where to begin. Good story. Um, the it was kind of cool to see. You know, you play as all kinds of different people, like a CIA agent that's already ready to leave and disobey orders and shit just for saving the day at the end. Spoiler alert, of course. Um, a um, freedom fighter trying to fight the Russians, get them out of their country, and also trying to prove that her thing is not Al Qatala or really no Al Qaeda. Um, and her thing is completely different. And you got SAS. I mean, can't have a COD game without him. Well, modern COD game without him. Um, it's fun to play. I mean, um, I think it introduced like a whole harder difficulty realism, which tries to be as realistic as possible. Like, yeah, you're not just gonna walk off a bunch of shotgun shells to your chest. You're gonna fucking die. It's whatever. Um, it has a great replayability. I mean, shit. When I'm bored, I just go play that. I just go play the campaign. It's fun. I like having fun, like playing on the airfield mission and grabbing the lever gun, and just one-shotting Russians like a fucking cowboy or something. That was pretty fun. I love doing that. Um, it's one of those games that kind of show, brutality of terrorism, even though if it's a little off the charts, like Piccadilly, being like, I'm not saying it can't happen, but just its sheer scale is absurd. Um, but um, great mix of slow and steady, like nice little quiet missions. Of course, you always have the ability to go loud, but I mean, you got like the beginning of the first mission. You have the one where you infiltrate Barkov's residence. You got the clean house mission. You got the beginning of the Wolf's Den mission. I mean, all these examples, like you can go quiet, your cool shit, and then out of nowhere, there's the crazy ass Michael Bay type of shit missions, like storming the airfield or attacking Barkov's base and shit. The help of Predator drones or drone, um, which is definitely fun. Um, of course, there are some nitpicks. Um, mainly like not really mainly, but the graphic warning. Of course, I wish there was an option to not see that again because it always pop. I mean, it nitpick small first world problems and all, but it gets annoying. And Highway of Death mission being I know it very controversial mission in the case of pinning the Highway of Death on the Russians in that game, when in real life, it was perpetrated by Americans. So I mean, there's that. Of course, it's not in real life, but I mean, very, very interesting. Um, the story, unfortunately, in hindsight, it's going to be combined with Modern Warfare 2's um, thing. What's it called? It's yeah. It's going to be combined with the fucking Modern Warfare 2's missiles you have to go for, and both of them combined in a Modern Warfare 3. I'll get to that when I get there. Full of fucking shit. Um, um, a MacGuffin. That's something like that. I don't know. But yeah, um, that comes sad, but whatever. But one of my favorite COD games. And we got Black Ops Cold War. Um, I think it was pretty good. Um, of course, another, like the Black Ops series, I do like. I mean, Cold War, you know. Like I've said like a million times, I'm interested in it. And this one is in the 80s. Um, so, I mean, you already have that. And of course, it has everyone new. You have, when you're between missions, you have like a little black site that you can go around, which is pretty cool. You can do bonus missions. Um, you can, like interact with all the other story characters, like Parker and what's his name, fucking Scarface or whatever. Um, of course, some of the missions are pretty cool, like um, the Spetsnaz base and Ukrainian SSR. That was pretty cool to go through, like how they have that little mock-up town and just simulating how they invade the United States and all that. That's pretty cool. You got the KGB mission. That one's just fucking cool. All like the covert shit. Walking around and trying to get sorry, yeah, going around trying to not blow your cover, and then turning around as the other dudes, and you go in and I'm really blanking on the names. But you go in and put on like these like the heavy duty armor and Atlan or Aiden helmet or whatever. You shoot up the place. Pretty fucking cool. I'm saying that like a million times over, but yeah. Um, and even the East Germany mission, you don't really see games including East Germany. Um, so that was pretty cool to see. Um, the twist that your playable character um, was brainwashed by the basic CIA dudes into becoming like a part of their assets and shit that'll help them find out Perseus. Yeah, it feels like Black Ops 1. I fucking brainwashed the character again. But then you get a choice. Of course, I mean, there's multiple endings. One, but it's not really. It's just based off of one. That's why I don't like is that you can get multiple endings, but you get them just from one instance, and that's it. Like you either tell the Russians that you guys are coming over to a fake area and you betray them and shit, or you don't tell the Russians and then you give the wrong location and you just get shot in the gut, or you help them, you go to the right location and then get betrayed in the end. You're a loose end. The Indians are cool. It's just the fact that you you get them from like the same little time, and it's not like events throughout the story, like doing extra bonus missions or more evidence and stuff. Like it, it doesn't influence it. Um, so yeah, and then nostalgia bait, showing that one Black Ops One mission where you started off in the Blackbird, um, that Arctic base thing. I mean, whatever. Kind of gruesome. They just leave the fucking bodies there, but yeah, I mean, whatever. So yeah, it's good. It has one major flaw about the multiple endings, but also in the fact that it feels like Black Ops 4, but with an actual fucking campaign. Like as the movements, how you like, the combat, it feels like Black Ops 4. It does. Hey, fight me if you want, but that's what it feels like. And now on to the part of the video where I'm going to be ranting the most about the last two games of the franchise so far. Yeah, as of this year. It's Modern Warfare 2 is just bad. So, you have an entire campaign. Well, excluding like the first couple missions. Um, so the first couple missions, you're looking for this general shit. That's cool. Like, it's something. It's better than the rest of the campaign where you're trying to find missiles. Now, are these missiles nuclear or any, weapon of mass destruction? No, just normal cruise missiles. Whoop de fucking do. Like, you have um, this whole thing where they're trying to chase down these couple of missiles, and they're like, what? Just cruise missiles, you know? I mean, they'll be used for another fucking game, but no, it's so. Just the premise of it, it's already bad. Um, and then Assad, the one of the main bad guys in the original Modern Warfare or COD 4, he came back after at the end of 2019. He was kind of like, oh, you're gonna be fighting him now. He's just cheap nostalgia bait, really. That's bad for him. They include the in this game. They include the Mexican cartel, or a Mexican cartel, and the Mexican military and stuff. All that. Like, that's cool. It's something new, new faction. That's something you don't really see in a video game, except you're blowing them up most of the time. So that's nice. Um, Not nice. They brought back the AC-130 gunner missions. It's cool, I guess. Um, so at one point in the campaign, I didn't like. Obviously, Laswell was kidnapped. And then you go and try to save her, and this fucking like some Michael Bay type shit that goes down. It fucking gets her. Like what? Oh, that was kind of fun. You're just jumping between cars and like multitasking simulator. Um, and then Shadow Company's betrayal. Like you guys that just got done, just destroying one of the cruise missiles, and then you get back to base, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well it's ours now. Go away or die." And they have this whole thing where they chase you, trying to kill you. If like, just out of nowhere, and then by the 2023 Modern Warfare, it's all for nothing. You're not even enemies with them really anymore. Um, that's just the rest of the 2022 campaign. You're against them. Um, which comes up to Graves never died in the last mission. It's like, they already did it once with Alex. Um, where he was sacrificing himself to blow up the facility and destroyed the gas and shit back in 2019. That would have been a good sacrifice for that character. No, he came back just with a prosthetic leg, just a prosthetic leg. You know, I mean, I have to manually detonate C4, all kinds of other explosives blowing up the facility. Yeah, just a prosthetic leg. And then you go. Turns out he wasn't in that tank, or Graves wasn't in the tank in 2022. You had that whole stupid boss fight for nothing. Like, okay. Um, yeah. Um, they introduced a mechanic. It started in, I believe it started in the Alone mission, where you're trying to run away from shadows and try not to die, trying to find ghosts and all that. And they brought it back at the very end of the very last mission, where you have to go around scavenge random shit you find on the floor or shelves. And it's just, well, what was the point of that? It never came back again. There was like the whole thing talking about like, oh yeah, it was gonna be for DMZ that's gonna be coming. No, never happened. Never was a thing for DMZ. Um, and then it never came back in the 2023 Modern Warfare 3. So I don't know what the point of that shit was. It was. It makes sense for the Alone mission, I guess. You're trying to scavenge and survive. Makes sense. The Alone, or the last mission. Whatever. I know you're doing the same, but you know, whatever. A couple things I didn't like just from like random shit. Yeah. Like they hide the enemies. Like you have to check corners. Most all these like COD games, you have like the ability. Well, um, unless you're playing on harder, like veteran or some shit, maybe I don't know. But or if you don't check your corner, you could be fine. This game, no, almost like if you think you're fine, there's a fucking asshole with a shotgun waiting for you to turn the corner and insta kill you. Even on regular difficulty, just fucking stupid. Um. Okay. This is what I have on my notes. The sprinting in the campaign is so fucking bad. So what I have put down is that your sprint, your stamina, whatever, is that of an asthmatic 400-pound cripple. You can only, like, do that special run for, like, I don't know, like 2-3 seconds. And then you're, like, barely at walking speed. Or barely above walking speed with the run. Whereas, like, all the other, like, AI and shit are, like, fucking dead sprinting like they're in the Olympics or some shit. It's just so fucking annoying. And then the armored soldiers and shit. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of them, but I mean, at least it adds a challenge. But yeah, that's about it for Modern Warfare 2. The whole premise of finding these fucking non, non weapons of mass destruction. Just regular cruise missiles that, yeah, will level a building, but it's not going to be wiping out an entire city or an, like, population center or anything. But they treat it as like they're trying to find nukes. But yeah. Alright, and then the last game, as of recording this, Modern Warfare 2023. This list doesn't have it, but I'll be editing the little icon of it on. But it's gonna be going to dog shit tier. I mean, that's probably too nice for it, honestly. Let's see. Oh, okay. I don't know. Let's go Amy Schumer humor. What the fuck was that? The fuck? I don't know the fucking... I don't know the spell her name. Let's just go Amy Shu. Amy... There you go. That works. But it'll go there. Okay. Where do I begin with this shit? So, obviously, the best thing to call it is a $70 to $100 DLC of Modern Warfare 2, 2022. It it's so unoriginal that it just includes the two plots of both 2019 and 2022 Modern Warfares. Together, like, oh yeah, Barkov's gas combined with the fucking cruise missiles. Suddenly, there's like a million of them, and yeah, oh yeah, you have to stop them now. That really? I mean, you came up with that? Okay. Makarov is some fucking... I don't even know. He's... What? They butchered him. Like, he was this, terrorist he had to stop back in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the original ones. Like, at least his motives are clear. Like, you trying to get the United States and Russia in World War 3. So, he did terror acts in order to get there. So, straightforward, you know him. I mean, you might not know his background and, why he doesn't, his motivations and stuff, but at least he knew what the fuck, you saw him as a threat. In this one, he's like the equivalent of like some dude going, my West bad. I don't know. It's, I don't know. He's not really. I don't know. Sure, he's done terrorist acts, but that's the most he's done. And there's like no meaning for it. Like he's just doing it because the West bad or something. Um, what else? And mission of the campaign. I mean, it's infamously known. There we go. That's the word. Known for having like the shortest COD campaign. I mean, even the missions, like the shortest things, like that second mission you do. You go, you find the bombs and put trackers on it. Boom, done. That's it. Nothing else. Um, the dam mission. You go, defuse bombs, done. That's it. Okay. Um, what am I trying to... So, like I said, Graves is still alive. They showed up. Same thing with Shepard. They show up again for the second to last mission to hunt down Makarov, and then they go to trial. Um, just cheap shit. I want to know what happened to the Mexican Special Forces. Because in Modern Warfare 2, like, they joined forces with 141 to stop, Graves and Shepard and all them who's trying to fucking trying to exterminate them. And then not even a mention of them. Like, they just vanished, gone, you know? So, um, all the, all the cool shit between Soap and Alejandro and, um, Rodolph? I don't know how to say his fucking name. But, all the character the characters gone, nothing. That was just for that. Um, and the campaign mainly feels like just a show of what Verdansk is gonna look like when it comes back out for Warzone. And that's fucking cheap. Which I mean, there's a lot of that. Terrible. No Russian mission. Was like no fucking. Where's the no Russian? That mission just sucked in general. You blow up. You end up being victim to. Well, not really. You get a bomb strapped on you and you blow up a fucking plane and crash it. Yeah, that's a terrorist act. That's bad. But you know what's worse? That whole fucking Flashpoint mission. Where they go and, like, pretend to be, like, dress up cops and shoot up the fucking stadium. Killing, at least hundreds of people. And then, when you, capture him and shit, and taking him away, he blows up the fucking airport. I feel like that should have been the fucking no Russian mission. Instead of just bringing down a plane with at least, like, maybe, I don't know, around 100 to 200 people. But, the Flashpoint mission showed, like, the death of at least 500 plus people. Me, probably more than that. Like, I feel like that should have been the fucking no Russian. Why? What do I know? Nolan, which it became Makarov's second in command, after just a single misunderstanding, the original one gets shot in the head for it. Weird. I I'm surprised they even have such numbers, or even just like the smallest question, or you know, a slight disagreement gets you shot in the fucking face. Um, he's kind of hyped up to be, I mean, kind of hyped up to be like one of the bosses you have to deal with. Some threat, I guess. He's the second in command. You expect him to be something. No, he you don't even hear or know about him until the very last mission, or not the last mission. The what's that mission? The high rise mission, where you just bag him and get out of there, and you end up killing him in interrogation. Like what was the point? What was the point of that dude? Like now, my bad. You can buy him on the fucking battle pass. That's he was just a marketing ploy. My bad. Um, who cares about him and his character if you could just pay for him, for like 30 something dollars. Another weird thing is the lack of AI, like a friendly AI, might I add. Like after Price and them find out that Makarov's a thing again. And they go over to the fucking nuclear power plant. And you try where you blow up his helicopters and shit. Like, it's kind of showing that like you're going in with like Soap and Ghost and that other dude. What's his name? But like you're going in there with them, and then you're just alone. It's just you. um, like, and then when there is friendly AI, just not a ton of missions of them. They're fucking useless. They don't do anything. Like, the one where you go to the crash site to get evidence that it was Makarov. That did the quote-unquote no Russian plane thing. The Alex dude, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll cover you. Don't worry." No, he didn't cover. I was fending more for my fucking life out there, and he didn't do shit, but was just watched. There's that. Or the one mission where you're going through like that tundra with Shepard and well, doing everything, fighting off a whole ass army, or those fucking invisible snipers or whatever. Yeah, I knew there was something like that where like you can't see them through thermals. I knew something like that was coming as soon as I was given the fucking the P90 with thermal sight or thermal scope or whatever. There's also a lot of fucking nostalgia bait in that fucking game. Like, they bring back Yuri. Remember him? The old Makarov dude? Like, well, you just see him like once in the entire campaign. Just to show off his name. when Laswell goes in the Russian base. It's not called. They're not called but you know they're Russians. Um, or the classic Ghost outfit. Ghost is in his old original Modern Warfare 2 outfit back in the Flashpoint, was it mission? Yeah, Flashpoint. And then Riley coming back again when you're trying to spy on that one hacker chick. um, Speaking of the last mission, shit. Um, so you do all this, you go down, you face like 3 fucking juggernauts or something, and you start defusing the bomb, and then that's when Makarov, shows up out of nowhere. Where was he this entire time? Shows up, attacks them, ends up killing Soap, and then just runs away. Like he was there for like, I don't know, to establish his presence, and then ran away. Like, okay. And because of that ending, that was the last mission. Yeah, I mean, that was it. I was thinking like, oh yeah, I thought that would be more, but no, no new missions. It just, that was it. Just another cliffhanger, so they can make you buy another 70, 80, or 70, $100 game in the near future. The new Modern Warfare, whenever that comes out. Probably 2025 or some stupid shit. Um, of course, there's some like small shit like nitpick, like the gas. I know it's the whole I forgot the phrase, but protagonists that inhale the gas like Laswell and Price, they're completely fine. That just a little sleep and that's it. Take a little nap on the helicopter on the way out, and they're fine. Um, I don't know what it's called. Kind of, actions don't have consequences in these Call of Duties. Like Alex and Graves surviving when they probably shouldn't have. Or, the gas. So yeah, I mean, oh, and the lack of soundtrack. Like there was like no music going on the entire time. Like I feel like the one of the best parts about Call of Duty is the soundtrack going on the background. Like I've already given the example, like Modern Warfare 2, you're taking back the White House and trying to show that that you guys can retake DC and not bomb the shit out of it, or not get bombed. So you have that soundtrack playing, the Rangers lead the way, blasting it, and it's like the fucking coolest shit ever. Or like the end of World at War when you're going through the Reichstag, and you're trying to run up to put the Soviet flag up, and it has that I don't know what the music's called, but it has blasting in the background. Makes you feel like heroic or some shit trying to go up there and plant the flag. I mean, it it doesn't have that. No soundtrack in 2023. Just broad, I don't know, something. I don't know. It's not there, not hearable. So yeah, that's the tier list. um, I don't think I'll change anything. So yeah, that's pretty much it.